What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Action Sunday. And as I said, this week I'm going to be continuing with my thrill of Robert Lowe movies or spy thrillers, and of course, to do that, I'm doing a double feature. That is the first two Jason Bourne movies, which is The Bourne Identity and The Bourne Supremacy. And I'm going to say this without a shadow of a doubt: is Robert Lowe is a great writer. Robert Lowe is possibly one of the best spy thriller writers ever made, like ever out there. The guy that wrote anything is freaking gold, okay? Whether it's the Jason Bourne franchise or any of the Covert One series, which, by the way, side note, go check those out, especially the books. There are a few of those Covert One novels I think were on the table to be made into a movie, which is shocking, which I believe I brought that up in my Osman Weekend review. So yeah, it's just something to behold. But anyway, back to the movie at hand, and that is the Jason Bourne movies. And of course, I'm going to say this right now, Matt Damon, it absolutely buys his role perfectly. And if you have to go back, whether you love him or hate him, if you got to go back to a history of his career and pick one role that really defines him as an actor, it's the Jason Bourne movies, okay? Because to me, like, there's something about him that really slips into his role with so much great pizzazz, and like he knows what the hell he's doing, and just takes the role and ran with it. And like it just really goes to show, like the guy was able to pull this off for some more sequels. And of course, yeah, I can't believe that. Like the fact that anything that you can probably do with Matt Damon, he can probably do with this movie and or any of these movies, and he will just run with it. Now, I'm going to say this right now. What makes these? What is so special about these movies? Well, of course, I'm going to say this right now. I've seen The Bourne Identity way too many times to tell you. Oh my gosh, yes, it's like top of the line adrenaline rush, end of your seat action. Okay, from him trying to figure out where he is, the bank scene, the crazy ass chase through the streets, his chemistry with Franco Potente's character Marie. Oh my goodness. And yeah, I'm going to admit right now, those two were absolutely perfect for each other in this movie. Like those two characters. And I really enjoyed it. Now, if I had to compare the chase scene in that movie to the chase in The Bourne Supremacy, I'm going to say this right now. I like the chase in The Bourne Supremacy better because, one, I felt like there was more stakes because, one, you had the assassin that thought Bourne was dead. He's tasked to go get him and kill him for good. And then you have Jason Bourne, in a way, he wants to get this guy off his ass. He wants him dead. So, yeah, that's what makes the chase in the Bourne Supremacy a hell of a lot more like visceral and raw and more edge of your seat excitement. That, for me, but let's see, if I had to compare this to any other car chase scenes in the history of cinema, I would say it's up there, okay? It's not the French Connection level, or hell, even the level of Duel, but of course, that whole movie's a whole freaking car chase in itself. So go check that movie out if you've never seen that. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. This is what makes me fall in love with movies or books like this, okay? And Robert Lowe wrote these to perfection. And of course, I'm glad they followed the story to a T, even though I think they omitted some stuff from the book, which of course I think was for the better for both movies. All right. So yeah, and of course, here's a damn shame. I felt like, even though Robert Owen passed away in 2001, I don't think he ever got a chance to see one of his most celebrated books be turned into a movie on the silver screen that grossed a shit ton of money. Yeah, I think it was like 200 million, domestically, something like that. I forget, but you get my point. Like, it's a damn shame. I really wish he would have been alive to see this because I think it would have brought a smile to his face. Okay, and yes, I'm going to say this right now, it's far better than the Osman Weekend, whereas that was a little slow playing and full of plot holes. This one actually had both these movies had some cohesion, okay, and actually knew what the hell they were doing. And of course, Paul Greengrass, tip to my hat to him, does a fantastic job in these movies, okay. But now I'm going to address the one big elephant in the room, and that is, of course, the one thing that happens in The Bourne Supremacy, and that is the magazine and the toaster stunt, all right? Mythbusters, yes, obviously I have debunked this, and of course, rewatching it years and years later, I realized, yeah, this cannot really happen. Yes, sure, the unscrewing of the gas works, okay? Sure, you need a big enough spark, but here's the thing, a toaster doesn't give off that. Hell, he could have fucked with the gas-powered stove, and yet that would produce a much bigger boom. But with the toaster, it doesn't. So that's what takes it out out of it for me. But I will admit that whole scene in that house with before the explosion goes off is intense because I love the creativity with all the fights, whether it's him like using a book or a pen or something like that. Well, the first one was a freaking pen. That was creative. But here, yeah, Tom Barrett, we know when it comes to creating or using something in your environment, which is perfect. Okay, that's what makes these movies kind of creative. Is like if you're an assassin or a secret agent that's on the run, you utilize your environment, use what's around you. If you can use that to fend off an attacker, you're top of the line, one of those big guys that are so skilled and deadly that holy shit, I wouldn't want to pick a fight with you. All right. But yeah, I really enjoy. What can I say? Both these movies are just fantastic in themselves. Matt Damon, amazing stuff. The supporting cast across both movies are also great. Julia Stiles across both movies. You got Brian Cox. Let's see, Chris Cooper. You know, the guy from the first one, the guy that eventually, he gets, the guy that essentially is Jason Bourne's handler, or David Webb. And of course, Joan Allen, always fantastic. I feel like she kind of stole the spotlight a little bit in the Bourne Supremacy. And with all the good cast, everything, the formula was there. I really enjoyed both these movies. To me, these are some of the best spy thrillers that you probably will have seen in the past 20 years. Okay. I don't think any other ones, to my knowledge, will ever match up to a candle of this. But of course, James Bond and Bourne, obviously they're two different things. It depends on what you like. All right. So now, with that in mind, if I had to give these movies a score, okay, man, I was really split on this. I was so tempted to rank the Bourne Supremacy higher than the Bourne Identity, but after much of the review, I'm gonna rank both these movies at 9 out of 10. That is as best as I'm going to give them. Because why? Because the Bourne Identity set the standard for the whole Bourne franchise, okay? The sequel, I think, just about lived up to the first one's standards. And some people might think it might have superseded, but I think it just met the same standards, okay? But how does the whole Bourne Ultimatum hold up? We will find out in the following weeks. So that does it for now. If you have never seen these movies, stop this movie video right now. Go find them. Luckily for me, I had them on DVDs somewhere in the big mega collection in my living room. You know, because me and Kate have a big collection. But that's pretty much it. Go find them. Go watch them. You will have a blast watching them. Okay. So that does it for this week. Thumbs up this video. Subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for some more awesome and exciting videos.